Hello, dear followers on YouTube. Lucky Man over here. And yes, this time I want to talk about, if you can actually want this to be recognized as, okay, Lucky Man is rambling again about this Operation Siren, or just rambling about nonsense whatsoever. But I want to actually point out, after many years, probably 5 years, when Operation Siren was first time released, when Hiryu Meta was first time also released, achievable character, and first meta, if I recall, from Operation Siren. And after that, we have gained good amount meta ships over the years. 5 years? 6 years? I don't recall. Probably 4 years at this point. I don't know. But the point is, the Operation Siren has, if I recall correctly, one change. Was it like improvements about something efficiency, or about, I don't recall what was it. But when was the last time when Operation Siren got some kind of new mechanic, or new, well, not mechanic, a upgrade, or let's go directly, improvements? When was the last time when Operation Siren got improvement? Okay, it has been like this probably for last 4 years. Well, while this was recorded, it's 2025, so probably 5 years. So, why I want to point this out? Because Operation Siren, yes, you can grind from it. It's free from oil costs, it's free from moral costs, and it's also resourceful to get new equipments, new gears from the gear laboratory. And you need to grind Operation Siren to get these resources. But of course you need to also grind main campaign to actually gain not just coins, but also you need to also increase your ship girls levels. Because bosses in this Operation Siren can sometimes reach higher than 125 level. It's like a challenge that go hard, sweaty pants, hardcore players can actually challenge themselves to beat them up. And also probably gain more resources. But this is the point I want to actually point out. You have long work week, 1 or 2, let's just say 2 as minimum, rest days or holidays. You want to grind Operation Siren. You get 2 times at maximum to actually grind the current meta ship that is available, and 3 times from worldwide players. Drivers outside. So you have unluckily lost 5 days opportunities to continuing grinding the meta dossiers or meta ship location coordinates points. Well, I hope you know what I mean. The problem is you have only 2 times, luckily, can grind your errant meta ship. 2 times. And 3 from worldwide players. But as we are now, here in 2025, we have these meta dossiers. Those are past meta ships released in Operation Siren. Not monthly, if I recall. So you have 14 times opportunities, 14 times amount to grind meta dossiers from past. Okay? But you need to wait 6 or 3 months. I lost the track record how often they add past meta ships to these always accessible to be grinded to make them complete. Okay, I'm losing words, correct English words to explain this, but just keep on, okay? Okay. I'm blundering here so much. Okay. What if you fail to grind the ship you want to grind? You are missing like 2 stars or 1 star, and you need to wait months when they can add the past events to this day to be grinding possible again. So let's build a scenario. You have finally a days. Let's just go with 4 holidays. You have time for yourself and playing a game. You have finally time to grind these events you want to do with Operation Siren. But 2 times in a day, 3 times in a day, that's 5 times, but that is reduced, in my experience, to 75 points when you go with the worldwide grind. And you fail to get max level meta ship. You have 40 times to go with the past meta ships. And now you need to wait months until they add a new one to that same list, so you can grind your old meta ship you failed to grind. So this conversation here, I want to point out, I personally had this mistake and I had to wait Algeria meta to be released in that same category a year, if I recall. Probably a year or 6 months. I don't remember because I was in school that moment. It was frustrating because I wanted to fully utilize Azur meta to actually understand how she works, but because she was missing that one star. So it was difficult to fully utilize Azur meta. So what if you have let's just go with 6 times in one day instead of 2 to grind your current meta ship that is currently available. 6 times in a day, and you have finally time in day to grind your meta ship. The one who doesn't have time to play all day long, apologies for those, but you are doing absolutely great work for being at the work life. But if you play this game while you are in work life and you want to also grind the meta ships, sure. But this is what I call improvement of gaming experience in Operation Siren. Imagine if you have 6 times opportunities to grind in one day, when you finally have a holiday to grind Operation Siren. Personally, I would feel that as a good improvement, positive improvement, showing that those who doesn't have time to grind now have time to grind, improving their gaming experience with the Operation Siren, and thus giving them some positive experience when they have finally opportunities to grind current meta ship to the max level of stars. I don't think this will not happen anytime soon, but I would personally love to see this as a what if idea, and possibly some. Let's just ask with the community, what would you say if you have 6 times opportunities to grind your meta ship in Operation Siren? Now I want to move forward with the other topic, and that is Axis ports. Axis ports, personally, useless. When was the last time you was able to fix your ship in an Axis port? You are only allowed to use blue ports, but not red ports some reason. Because today, when I record this, you were not able to fix your ship properly or gain anything from them in the past 5 years. So they're just decorations. Yes, you can port there, but you cannot fix your ships there. You can only be able to fix your ship either with 50 points, fix their morals, or go directly to the blue port and fix your ships and morale there. So I really want to see in the future, if possible, if this video gets seen across the net, that Red ports needs to be added as usable points for your fleet. Because they are just decorations. You can hardly buy anything from them. If you take a look at the blue ports, there is 4 of them. And you gain only resources from there. If you go with the red ports, good luck getting even a bolt from there. Screwdriver or whatever. So please, Yostar, can you make red ports usable? Because according to lore we are currently going, Commander is doing his best to combine Azur Lane and Crimson Axis into under one banner, Azur Lane banner. And in Operation Siren that's not yet possible. Maybe somewhere in the future, when Commander finally is able to combine Azur Lane and Crimson Axis fleets into one fleet, maybe then we can finally use Crimson Axis ports to fix our fleets, but who knows. And imagine how much resources you would get more once these ports are being added instead of blue ones. The content is going to be increased. The resources are going to be increased. And you have either new player or old player, but still old player still has less resources compared to those who grind like gamers. And they have plenty of resources. You finally have access to actually catch up with those players, to have as same much amount of resources as them, and also adding more content to Operation Siren. I think this could be a positive improvement to Operation Siren, because if you don't want us to use red ports, why you are still keeping them there? It makes no sense. If you want us to use these red ports, then please let us buy resources there and not allow us to repair our ships there. But make them useful, please. For the sake, for the future, or something like that. And third opinion about Operation Siren. It's not just about resources. The amount of resources you can actually gain from them if you have all these dossiers, red ports, blue ports combined, you can actually fix your ship and buy more resources. And grinding meta ships. But also, what about this might add some more gears to the game? But imagine personal experience with the meta ships. They are lacking behind these other ships. What if we can have meta ships only upgraded gears? What do I mean? Well, take a look. The meta ship. There are some good ones, there are some questionable ones. But how often do you use them? I don't know, that depends on you. But I personally have only used either Sunhorst or Naiseno meta ships. Well, Nagato is a rare one because I actually made one meta fleet. Okay. Now then, what if in Gear Laboratory we have this American 358mm gun? What was it? I don't recall. But that same gun that Nevada uses, what if we turn that into meta version or Sunhorst class 283mm German battlecruiser guns into meta guns, meta corrosed guns. And if you add this into meta ships, they will then gain additional buff. Imagine, like Augment modules, but they are in gears and they must be used in meta ships. If they are getting used in, let's just say, normal ship, she doesn't get any kind buff. But when you add that gear into meta ship, was it plane, gun, torpedoes, anti-air gun, whatever, it gains additional buff, improving its efficiency but also its combat capabilities. How? Well, you know this regulation. Airplanes increases reload or either accuracy or aviation by 50 points or 50%, I don't know. Meta ships are supposed to be strong ships compared to their counterparts. In game they are weak. Yes, they pack a punch, but they are lackluster some degree. If we can have gears that can improve their combat capabilities, we can actually use meta ships to make them working, and also making them playable. Yes, you need to waste a lot of resources to use your current gears. But if we have meta corrosed gears, and then they give meta ships only additional performance buff, like in the Scharnhorst class, that German 283mm battleship gun increases meta ship firepower either 50% or reload 30% and accuracy, let's just say 50%. Well, these are random connections, but you pick the one. These are just recommendations. But that's the point. If we can have gear that are corrosed by meta corrosion, meta power, it only gives more power to meta ships, but does not give any buff to normal ships. Yes, it might add some more coding to the game, but imagine the content we can actually gain from them if we can actually use meta ships properly. Because currently, what I've seen in my memory, I have seen only these normal ships to be used and not meta ships. Prove me wrong if there is any full meta fleets that can survive in main campaign and Operation Siren. Prove me wrong. But these are the things I want to see in Operation Siren to be improved. Imagine a content. Yes, it adds more work, but it is needed work to make Operation Siren more enjoyable, making metaships more enjoyable, making grinding more possible. If we can actually get this, Operation Siren might actually get some more positive results. And metaships as well. But these are the things I wanted to talk about in this video regarding to Operation Siren and how old it is today, 2025, and these are the how I personally would like to improve the Operation Siren to be more enjoyable. But this was a little bit rant about how I see Operation Siren today. But that doesn't affect any of you because we all individuals have our own different opinions about Operation Siren. But here's a question. What do you think about Operation Siren today? What is your point of view, your experience? And how are you prepared to Operation Siren? Well, that was a weird question to be the last, but anyway. What is your opinion about Operation Siren today in 2025? Thank you so much for watching. My name is LuckyMan205. If you want to support my content, you are welcome to subscribe my channel. Stay strong, take care of yourselves, and see you in next.
ビスマルク、この戦場に再び舞い戻った。合唱せ。どけ、邪魔だ。やってやるよ。ルーマンノイ、合唱せ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで。戦艦ルーマンノイ。合唱せ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。どけ、邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで。戦艦ルーマンノイ。どけ、合唱せ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。どうせ邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで。どけ、邪魔だ。戦艦ルーマンノイ、合唱せ。邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。虫けらはこうで。戦艦ルーマンノイ、合唱せ。邪魔だ。どけ、邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで。どけ、邪魔だ。すべての責任を身一つで背負うつもりは撤退の 士たち、勝利に向けて高らかに進撃せよ。ムーバーの合唱せよ。どけ、邪魔だ。わかんないけどやってやるよ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで戦艦ヌーマンノイ合唱せ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。戦艦ヌーマンノイ合唱せ。どけ、邪魔だ。慌てるな。冷静によくわかんないけどやってやるよ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで戦艦ヌーマンノイ合唱せ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。どけ、邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。どけ、邪魔だ。虫けらはこうで戦艦ヌーマンノイ合唱せ。邪魔だ。よくわかんないけどやってやるよ。戦艦ビスマルク、未来を切り開く。邪魔だ。戦艦ヌーマンノイ合唱せ。どけ、邪魔だ。立ちはだかる敵は全て殲滅した。指揮官、次の指示を発令して。